Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now November 2nd of 2021, and as we only get closer to Star Wars Celebration of 2022, which is when the exact moment we're going to learn more about new Star Wars TV shows and new Star Wars movies by Bob Chapek, John, Dave, and George Lucas, and others joining the Star Wars universe. We're going to be learning a lot more about that also on Disney Plus Day, which is just a couple of days from now. We're getting very close to that official date for Bob Chapek to unveil more about the Book of Boba and more on Disney Plus. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow at Mike01. We do post a couple of fun and entertaining things on there from time to time and interact with you guys further. So, now that we're in a very interesting phase of Star Wars, right? We're in the very beginning of how Star Wars is going to be treated in a more respectful way by Disney and Lucasfilm. That's their overall plan. That's their overall strategy now, is by listening to the fans more in a key way and really kind of paying more attention to the Star Wars lore from Star Wars Legends and exactly how that's going to be dragged into the current canon that falls under Disney. So, now that we have over a dozen Star Wars projects being worked on simultaneously, more of which are going to be announced, not just at Celebration, but also at, of course, new events that will be taking place during the year of 2022. So we're going to learn more about that in January or February, about those new events and such. So everything ranging from what John and Dave are currently doing with the Star Wars lore is that they are being very careful with exactly how they're going to go about transforming the overall franchise when it comes to the prequels, the originals, and the sequel trilogy movies, right? The Skywalker saga as a whole, so to speak. That's exactly what they're going to be doing. A lot of retcons are coming our way, and we're going to be diving into more of those retcon plans by Filoni and Favreau that are actually going to be quite significant that some fans may like or dislike. So, now with Disney and Lucasfilm mainly focused on their new Star Wars films and TV shows, as well as the new lore that is being put into place for the franchise, both Favreau and Filoni are currently doing everything that they can to transform the brand into something more enjoyable for both hardcore and casual fans around the globe. Now, it's described, however, that both Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are working together to make significant changes to the Star Wars sequel trilogy at heart that is set to be introduced sometime in 2022 and 23 in parts that will completely change how fans view the end of Star Wars Episode 9 and other aspects of the sequel trilogy movies. Now, creator Dave Filoni is said to be the one who initiated these plans with Jon Favreau by allowing Ben Solo to have never died in the sequel trilogy movies, as originally intended by J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy. The plan by Filoni is actually that once Ben Solo vanished, is that he actually entered the world between worlds, and that this new Star Wars lore will focus on how Ben Solo, of course, found his way out after years to reconnect with Rey, where there is actually a distortion in time in this realm, and that meanwhile Ben was gone for a number of years. It was only days for Rey as a person. This is the plan by Lucasfilm to create a major retcon to the sequel trilogy movies. There are also plans by Filoni to create a major retcon with the original trilogy movies as well, using the Ahsoka Tano series with the World Between Worlds. One major retcon is that Filoni is, of course, set to use the Ahsoka Tano series in the World Between Worlds in the series to communicate with Anakin Skywalker as he is dying in Luke Skywalker's arms during the events of Episode 6, and that it was Ahsoka Tano who was the one to teach Anakin on how to become one with the Force and become a Force ghost after she gained the knowledge by Obi-Wan Kenobi's Force ghost during her time in this realm. Now, the retcons of both Ben Solo staying alive and the use of Ahsoka Tano teaching Anakin just before his death to become a Force ghost is going to be key for the new universe by Filoni, as there will be many retcons and changes here and there that they are actually placing within the canon already. Additionally, Filoni is also set to apply many retcons to the prequel trilogy as well, by making it officially canon next year that Palpatine is the one who initiated the pregnancy of Shmi Skywalker to give birth to Anakin Skywalker, to hold dark side tendencies, and that Shmi Skywalker held something very secret within the Skywalker family tree that will be further explored with her parents in the show. Now, of course, as of now in canon, Shmi's parents are very unknown, and that this is something that Filoni is set to explore in the near future in 2022 in the new canon that will change key aspects of the franchise. Jon Favreau is described to be helping Filoni with all of these major retcons in a drastic way to further support Filoni to make these retcons make as much sense as possible to the fandom, be it hardcore or casual fans joining in on the conversation. So, the thing about Shmi Skywalker's parents, to me, I think is a big surprise, because we never really got to learn about the very beginning of the Skywalker family tree. Sure, we know everything about Shmi, right? We know that Shmi was the very start of the true Skywalker family, right? Because she's the one who gave birth to Anakin, who ultimately became Darth Vader. That big connection to, of course, Luke and Leia being his children, and so on and so forth, and how that led to other characters down the road. Now, we're going to be learning more about the characters that take place before Shmi. We're talking about her parents and exactly how that's going to play a major role in Palpatine's key role in using his ways of the Force to create that pregnancy, with Shmi Skywalker giving birth to Anakin Skywalker. Now, the thing that I really want to focus on the most here, that I think is actually very significant and positive for Star Wars, is the fact that Filoni and Favreau, specifically Filoni, is the one who initiated the plan to keep Ben Solo alive, that he never really died at the very end of Episode 9. This is already being put together as we speak actively, and will be unveiled at the very end of 2022 next year, where it's going to be unveiled that Ben Solo never died and he entered the world between worlds. You will learn in canon that there is a vergence of the Force underneath the surface of Exegol, and there's a big connection to that with the world between worlds. And the Sith cultists were actually digging, basically mining, to the very depths of Exegol to find out what that vergence of the Force really is. So, you can see exactly what's happening here. You know, there's a lot of things going on that it could very well be connected to how when Ben Solo was thrown down the pit, that he kind of had that little connection to the world between worlds, and once he disappeared, that's when he entered it. Now, obviously, they want to make things make as much sense as possible to not just hardcore fans, but also to casual fans, because let's face it, things can become confusing when fans are kind of not really always in tune with the lore of Star Wars. That's exactly why they're going to be incorporating a lot of the stuff in either animated material or live-action material, not just books, novels, and comics. That's going to be the starter, that's going to be the starting point, but it's not going to be the only source of material to explain these new retcons. They're going to be exploring these in new projects. We're talking about new TV shows on Disney Plus as well. So, like I said, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.